that is actually very fascinating about the Sonia Uche's production is how much they pay close attention to details and how well their stories are always well crafted. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get right into the review of today, welcome back to the channel. This is Substance TV and I am Substance, the face behind Substance TV. So guys, I am the girl with the movie scoop, here to deliver all the hottest facts and truth about films. On this channel, we dive deep into movie reviews and share captivating narratives. So to be part of this movie loving community, all you need to do is to click on the subscribe button and turn on post notifications when we post a video. You would be informed. So guys, back to the movie review of today. I recently saw a movie titled Bequest, a Sonia Uche's production. And when I watched the movie, I was mesmerized. Reason being that this movie, I loved how the movie went. I love the fact that we're put in suspense. I love the fact that it was really unpredictable. This is not a movie you watch and be like, you can predict the ending. No, it is really much unpredictable and you cannot even know what will happen at the end. Like, guys, these people really put us in suspense, and that is the beauty of the movie. That was literally the beauty of the movie. All right, we were wondering what would actually happen. Like, I'm beginning to get confused at this point, though. So that was the feeling for me, okay, and basically every one of us. So guys, when I saw this movie Bequest, I was wondering, Bequest, even from the title, I'm like, where is Bequest again? What does Bequest actually mean? Okay, so I had to go search after watching the film, and I found out that Bequest actually means something that is given to or left to someone in a will. All right, it typically involves properties, money, personal belongings that the deceased left, okay, for the beneficiary in the will. All right, so that's the meaning of bequest, and the meaning of this particular word actually portrayed what the story was all about. So the movie talks about a family that faced the harsh realities of life, okay, and due to one of the member of the family past mistake, it cost her a whole lot. Like, it cost the family a whole lot. But I will call the mistake an accidental mistake. All right, it's not a mistake that was made by her purposely or unpurposely. All right, it just came in a very vulnerable moment of hers. All right, so guys, I want to get down to the main story. Okay, the main gist of what happened, how it went, how the whole Sonia Uche, Bryan and Neil were involved. Let's even go to the background of the story, the background of the movie. All right, so we have this family that had a twin, Mrs. Amolara and Mrs. Osage. Okay, so these twins were identical twins and they were really very close. Okay, so one of them was married, the other was not married. So they really had this very close bond, close relationship. They were always together, partying together, going clubbing, all these nice places together. Okay, so in one of their most eventful or fun day together, these people had a lot of drinks, they slept off, okay, and one that was married, her husband came to pick her up. They were both sleeping. He didn't know the one that was his wife. He just had to pick one of them. He picks the one that was not his wife. He picked the single one. They went to their house. Okay, he did something with her. The next day, he saw that the lady was a virgin. Okay, he now realized that this is not his wife, and the other one was really, she didn't even know what was going on because she was not herself. She was still feeling tipsy due to the drink that she still had. She was still not herself. All right, until the real wife came that day and saw them together. She was really surprised. She was shocked. She was disappointed. That feelings. You cannot just tell the feelings, guys. Okay, we didn't get to see that part, but that was what actually played out. Okay, so guys, the sister, the married sister, was very angry with her sister. She started keeping mice with her sister. She didn't speak to her sister at all again, but she forgave her own husband, but she was unable to forgive her sister. And at the end of the day, okay, the single one that was disflowered by the married one husband now realized that she was actually pregnant, and aborting it was the last option for her. The married man and his family didn't want her to abort the baby. Okay, they wanted to take responsibility. So the both families came together and talked about the whole thing, and I agreed that that one would give birth, and after giving birth, she would give the baby to her twin sister so that the twin sister and her husband would take care of the baby as a family, because that was the decision they made, and that happened. All right, so the baby grew up to be Sonia Uche. She lived with her aunt and her aunt's husband, okay, but to her, she thought they were her biological parents. All right, while her real biological mother got married to another person, and that person had a son who was new. All right, so new was the son, and while they were together in the marriage, the lady was always missing her daughter, but she could not contact with the daughter at all. Okay, there was no contact at all because they discussed it. She will have no contact with her real daughter. Okay, to her, she's no longer her daughter again. That's what the family know. Okay, all right. So she was literally battling with the emotions. Okay, she was always talking about her daughter to her child. Okay, because she took Neo as her own son. Automatically, Neo is her stepson, so she has to really take care of him. So she took care of him well. She loved him as a child, and she always talked about her own daughter to Neo. All right, so that was the case. Then this woman died. All right, the real mother of Sonia Uche died, and Sonia Uche's aunt was still harboring hatred for her sister. Okay, because what she did to her in the past, she still hated her sister. She hadn't still, forgiven her sister of that mistake that was made in the past. Okay, which was not even like intentional. It was not an intentional mistake. Okay, it just happened. All right, she was still harboring this hatred for her, so she just did as much as possible to persuade her daughter not to go. And Sonia was unaware of everything that was going on. Okay, she was blank. She didn't even know if that was her real mother or not, because they never said anything to her at all, and she had never even seen that her aunt in person. She hadn't seen her at all. Okay, that was the situation for Sonia Uche. But Sonia Uche was like, but mom, the lawyer said that they need my presence to read the will. I need to be there. But her mom said she's not going. But Sonia insisted now. She's already an adult, okay? She insisted on going. So she left the house, went to Lagos against her mother's will. She went to Lagos. While she was there, she went to the lawyer's office. The lawyer spoke to she and Neil, because those are the two children of the deceased. Okay, there and there he read the will to them, which contained her money of 80 million naira, her house, all her properties that will be splitted between the two of them, and her personal belongings should be given to Sonia. Alright, Sonia was surprised that why would she give me this things, like who am I to her? Okay, she was unaware of her real identity, but Neo himself knew that yes, this is the lady's daughter. Okay, this is the lady's biological daughter that has been talking about since, all right, because of her name Omoni rang a bell in his head. Okay, so he knew that okay, this is the woman's daughter. But Sonia was unaware. She didn't know anything that was going on. She was left in the dark. Okay, so while they were there, she told the lawyer that she wants to see the house where her aunt lived. All right, the lawyer took her there. He showed her the place. Okay, and Neil was like, they need to sell this house. Okay, he can't stay here. They need to sell the house and share the money between both of them. But Sonia was like, she can't sell the house, or they can't sell the house. That you don't just sell the things of the deceased just immediately they died. Okay, so that was her own opinion, and Neil was not having it. She was like, let's sell the house. That who are you to even decide here? Who are you to decide? Let's sell this house. Okay, so that was the case for them. So the lawyer was like, both of you need to reach a compromise. Okay, I'll give you people time. Before you say a buyer is in 3 weeks to come. Okay, so you have to wait the 3 weeks, then come to a conclusion. All right, so Sonia had to stay in the house for 3 weeks, and there in the house, strange things were happening in the house. Nobody knew who was causing it. To her, she thought it was Neo. Then she was now thinking that okay, probably the house was haunted. Okay, so all the ideas that were coming to her mind. But for Neo was doing coming and going. No one was just being back and front. Okay, he will come to the house this day, the next day will not come. Just on and off in the house. So that was their situation there. All right. So guys, like I said, they were not getting along one bit. They were not getting along. It was always quarrel, quarrel, shout, shout, shout. They were not getting along whenever Neo comes to the house. Okay, so one fateful day, she confronted me. I was like, why are you even acting this way? Like, why are you pissed? From the very start you saw me, from the point you saw me, you have been acting weird. What's your problem? Okay, and Neo was really, really pissed because of his thoughts. Okay, he thought that she had abandoned her mother. So he was like, you that left your mother. Your mother was this. Your mother was always thinking about you. You left your mother. You're like, who is my mother? She's not my mother. You're like, she's your mother. Okay, you're like, she's not my mother. Then the guy was surprised. Wait, he said she's my mother, and I'm telling her she's not my mother. Like, I don't understand. Then he realized that, oh, that this girl might not actually know that that's her real mother. Okay, so he just left immediately. And so I was calling him back. She wanted to know what he was really talking about. Okay, she called him back, but he just left. And sort of this was like, does it mean that she doesn't really know that my mom is actually her mom? Do you understand? So I was confused. She had to call her own mother. And mother was not like, yes, she's your mother. So what? Yes. Then she called her phone. So that was really, really heartbroken. She went to her room. She was all alone. She was trying to process the whole thing, the news. It was just strange to her. Okay. Then Neo came back to the house and noticed that she was actually indoors since. Okay. He tried talking to her, and Then both of them spoke together. He told her everything about it. Asuna was really, really crying. She was in tears. She was really, really not happy with everything that happened, and how she just got to know that her aunt was actually her real mother. Okay, so guys, later on, Neil and Sonia became very, very close, like very much close. Started handling their late mother's things together. All the contract that she stopped, all those things, they're doing it together. And Neil and Sonia actually got close. There'd be a lot of strange things happening in the house. Okay, someone would just come to the house and sprinkle blood in the house. They will come to the house, mess things up, disarrange the parlor, just put things in an awkward manner. All right, so it has been going on, and both of them realized that, okay, if you're not the one and I'm not the one, then who is actually doing this? Okay, so guys, finally they realized that it was the lawyer behind everything happening in the house. Okay, the whole scattering, the whole things that have been happening in the house, the creepy things happening in the house. He was the one behind it, and also they noticed that, or they knew that his reason for pressing, okay, for them to sell the house is because he has a very huge gain in the sale of the house. All right, so guys, the lawyer got arrested, and Sonia made up with her mother, okay, her aunt, who she thought is her mother. She made up with her. The aunt came to the house in Lagos, asked for forgiveness, okay, and that was how this family became a whole again. So that was literally about the movie Bequest. Trust me, guys, if you haven't seen Bequest, you are missing. Like, you are really, really, really missing. Bequest is a really amazing movie. It is a must watch. For those who have seen this movie, they can testify to it that it is really amazing. So you guys need to go watch it. All right. And guys, before we end this video, we have to talk about the performances of the actor. How did they perform? Talking about Bryan Okwara. Woo! Guy, you amazed me. Guys, Bryan's performance was excellent, right? It was really excellent. In fact, he was a beautiful actor. I love how the guy, acted his role. I love how it was just, in his character. It was really, really amazing. Trust me. Bryan did excellently well. And Neo himself was, woo, the guy was really good. Yes, he was really, really good. I loved his character in the movie. I love the fact that he was able to, portray that character real well. And Sonia Uche, always an amazing actress. She did so well, pretty well. And I'm like, woo, thumbs up to all of you guys. Thumbs up to all of you, okay? You guys did a really, really excellent job. And Mrs. Obey Etok, like, guys, she was really amazing. Trust me, she was really, really good. It's so good to see the old faces, old face of Nollywood back to Nollywood. Yes, she did really well. Her presence was really entertaining. I loved her presence in this movie, okay? Because it's been a long time I actually saw Mrs. Obey in movies. Yes, she's a legend. She has been acting for years, okay, years, and seeing her right here on a Sonia Uche's production was actually very beautiful. And I say that this particular cast were wonderful, and the story, a beautiful one. I'll give this story a 10 over 10. Yes, a 10 over 10 minus nothing. It was really, really amazing. Alright, so guys, that's basically all I have for you guys in today's video. Thank you so very much for watching. Please do also like, share, and subscribe to Substance TV for more amazing movie reviews and recommendations, as well as stories. Alright, you guys will see my face more often. Yes, you will. So guys, see you all in my next video. Until then, stay splendid.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Hip hip hip.